Hello, and welcome to another episode of Casual Citizen, where we keep it casual in the verse. My name's Steven. I'll be keeping it casual with you today. So, in this episode, I thought we'd do some interstellar cargo hauling in the Drake Golem OX. So let's load on up, and I'll share with you where we're headed today. Alright, so we're situated here in the Drake Golem OX. And so just very quickly here, you can find this contract that I took in the hauling interstellar section. And the contract is called Ling Family Rookie Cargo Hauling, small scale, the Ling Family Hauling. This contract is worth 200 Gs, and it's an entry-level contract. And so it's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You just need to go to 4 different locations and literally pick up, 2 to 4 pieces of cargo. Very simple. And so I thought this is a nice, chill, relaxing way to see some great sights around Stanton and in Pyro. And just do something casually, maybe while you're putting on a podcast or watching a TV show or something. So before we head out here, I'm going to set a timer. I'm going to start the timer now so that we know how long this entire process takes. I think it's about an hour, but we'll see in the end. So, we'll see you on the way to our first location. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Huh, interesting. There are no ships here. Alright, in any case, we're coming in here at our first location, Calliope. So let's bring it in for a nice, smooth landing. I'll bring it up a little bit. Alright. Refuel. All right. We got 4 containers here. This is probably the most work that we're gonna have to do, except for when we unload it all. But alright, done. Let's head on out. Alright, let's see here. Our next location, let's zoom out. Alright, we will head over by Hurston. So, we'll see you over there. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. see what these clouds do to my frame rate. Actually, yeah, let's see. 30, 25, 20, 19, 18, 16. Man, realistic clouds are awesome. Alright, but once you get through, the frame rate comes back. 36. Alright. This is nice. A little rainstorm action with a sunset or something. It's pretty sweet. All right. I'm really liking this weather. Man, this is why I love space. We were just on some moon that was all no atmosphere, and now we're on a planet in the middle of the day and it's raining. It's wonderful. Alright. Alright. Just one. Just one. And just like that, we're done. So quick update here. We are at 16 minutes since I left New Babbage.
Engines online. Quantum fuel is at 100%.
Alright, very quickly here. This guy got any scavenge? No, no. Alright, we're not gonna do it. Okay, next location. I don't think I've ever been to this moon. Huh. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sorry, moon. I don't think I've actually been here yet. It's really nice. I will just say, random aside here, I love the aesthetic of the Drake Golem OX. Something about the afterburners here, I just really like the look of it. It's really nice. That was actually an extra casual landing, right, guys? Alright. Alright, see what we got. Okay, if you perfect. If you encounter this issue, just back out and then go back in, and that should stop the endless loading. One of the perils of the cargo hauling game. I think, like many of you, got my start in making the big money in Star Citizen, doing the cargo hauling. I've maybe some of you saw my "Is Terranite Still Worth It" video. I I cannot tell you how many times I hauled Terranite to make some of my early millions, and before that, I can't tell how many times I went from by Genie Point down to Area 18 and back and forth. You know the run. You know what I'm talking about. This is definitely a much more scenic route than the by Genie to Area 18, which is a nice route, but. Alright, we have one last location. Oh, quick aside here, I will say it does not say, it never appears that you've collected it. It doesn't turn green. So, don't fret over that. Alright, speaking of Area 18, we're going to head over to ArcCorp right now. So, we'll see you over there. 3, 2, 1. I wonder what causes this streaming glitch to happen. I don't think it's my computer. It's pretty fast. It's a pretty fast computer. It's just gonna sit here. All right, this is in real time, guys. What the freak? All right, Moon's not gonna load in. All right, here we go. Loads in as we head on down. Camera. Let's see what happens. There we go. Jeez. Oh yeah. Come on, look at these afterburners on this thing. This is so freaking casual. Oh, there's a few other ships. All right, that's nice. Got some trucks, some vehicles. Soft landing on the moon. It is important with this small ship to make sure you refuel constantly. I will say I did this mission. I've done this mission loop a bunch of times now, but I did do it with the good old Hull A, which everyone seems to have forgotten about, and I did not need to refuel until I got to Pyro. I wasn't able to get all the way through the mission on one fuel tank, but I was able to get all the way through Stanton, and through the Pyro gateway, or the wormhole, without having to refuel. That was pretty cool. All right, we got some stims here. I will say, the thing I like about this mission, more than anything else, is that this is it. This is all the cargo, guys. This is it. Wait a second, that looks hideous. Oh no, it's one extra. Oh, that's ugly. Anyway, that's it. That's all the cargo. You're not loading and unloading literally 20, 30, 40 boxes. It's terrible. It's a young man's game. And by young man, I mean new Star Citizen players. Once you've been playing this game for a while, you're like, I don't want to move all those boxes. So, this mission is definitely refreshing. Alright, but I guess it comes at a cost because we are sitting at 31 minutes and 38 seconds. So, it does take some time to do what we just did. 3, 2, 1. That's nice. Look at that. That's... Come on, guys. This is the reason to take this mission, literally. Just get some sweet views like that. Here comes my favorite part of the game. That's literally it. That little boost into the jump there. It's so freaking sweet. All right, we'll see you guys on the other side of the jump. See how far we have to go. All right, we have to go 91 gigameters. So I am going to refuel before we start heading over there. So we'll see you. This place is so freaky. Look at that. Doesn't that make you uncomfortable? I don't know if you guys have ever seen the flyby of Jupiter. It's real freaky because, you know, it's just one big ball of death. We have finally arrived. It's gonna be the nighttime. Boo. Oh well. You can't win them all. You know what though? Look at those afterburners. Jeez. That looks so cool. Oh.
Shield system online.
Let's hope that those people... Oh, okay, that's a cargo ship. Looks like we got some cargo ships. That's a Polaris. Is a Polaris moving? I don't think so. I think we're good. That okay, that could be the only potential issue if that guy's in there. I will say I did this run 2 days ago before I recorded this, and there were actually 2 different people at the same landing zone, and none of us bothered any of us, and we all knew that we were there. So it's definitely possible to encounter people in Pyro and not really have to worry about it, but we will wait and see. All right, we have arrived. Let's hope no one bothers us. Can't see much, but it's definitely atmospheric. It's moody. These floaties here. It's kind of cool. It's like floaties mixed in with stars. It's pretty sweet. I think I'm not gonna hyperlapse that because that's it. I'm also not gonna stand around and talk about it because someone can blow me away. Alright, now let's just check it here. Accepted, done, history. Completed, in the bag, nice, 200 Gs. Fantastic. So a little update here. We're sitting at 57 minutes and 30 seconds. So, I mean, we did no work. We just flew here. But okay. So, but we don't want to do that and just leave. So, we come back in here. There is one more cargo hauling mission going the opposite way. Oh, that's from Shepherd's Rest. That's a bad place. But this goes all the way back to Clio, which is where we came from. Kind of perfect. So, alright, I'm going to take that. Don't worry, I'm going to cut it up so you guys don't have to see the whole thing. But alright, let's head over to Shepherd's Rest. 3, 2, 1. Alright, let me head over to Obituary first to refuel before we head on down. It's definitely a beautiful scene though. Look at that. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Available space has been located.
Come on. Yes, it's in the sunlight. Here we go. Although I might regret that. They might be bad guys. Would have been easier to slip in the night. Look at that cloud. Seems to be good. Oh, there's no one around here. There's just these sweet, sweet explosions. Alright. Let's land it here. Now that's a beautiful sight. Look at that. Pretty sweet. Alright, let's not waste time. Perfect. Boom, boom. 4 containers. Alright. That's it. DUN done, son. Alright, last one. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Blast off. Why is there no sound? Huh. Oh, I like those sound effects too. Anyway. That might have to be the thumbnail right there. Look at that. Jeez. There we go. That's the thumbnail right there. Holy jeez. There it is. Is that it? It's insane. Alright, we'll see you guys over there. Alright. Coming in on our last location. Unfortunately, it's nighttime. But that does give us one last chance to look at these sweet, sweet afterburners. My God. And last but not least, Again, if it doesn't load the first time, just press escape and then try again. Second time's the charm. Alright. So we made another 100 G's there. Let's just double check this here. Contracts accepted. Alright. Alright, I think it was 80 G's, right? Alright. I don't think I can take my helmet off. So, takeaways. Yeah, I like these interstellar missions. Obviously, they're not time efficient. My stopwatch here is sitting at 1 hour and 51 minutes. I will say there is at least 15 to 20 minutes of me having trouble with either waypoints or having to refuel too much because the ship is too small. So if you use a larger ship, you'd spend way less time refueling than I did. And you might have a night where there are fewer glitches around the quantum jumping and things like that. So that would definitely shave 15 to 20 minutes off. So you're looking at about an hour and a half is what I would say for these 2 missions back and forth. Is it worth it just for the money, about 300 G's? Probably not. Is it worth it for the sights? Probably yes. Is it extra casual? Absolutely. And drop a comment down below. I don't know what the higher ranks of this Ling family hauling have to offer. There could be some spectacular contracts later on, so it could end up being worth it in the long run. Alright, in any case, this has been Steve, keeping it casual in the verse. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you've enjoyed this video and others of mine, please consider subscribing. A quick, huge thank you to now we're over 500 subscribers. Thank you so much. I highly appreciate it. So, we'll see you in the next one. Peace!